Hey playa, do you find yourself constantly thinking about someone? Maybe you recently had a dream about them or you had some in-person interaction and now you can't get them off of your mind. What does it mean? Do you like them? Do you not? Why do you keep thinking about them? I'm going to answer that question right after this.
This is the Just Beats, you're watching the Just Beat.
Now sometimes when you find yourself in this situation, it might just be that you're starting to develop feelings for someone that you didn't know you had. Maybe you saw them dressed differently one day or you had a fun conversation with them. Something new has sparked this idea of them in your head. So let's try to dive deep into it and explore what that is. Let's say recently you had a dream about someone. I've been in that situation before where you dream about them and as soon as you wake up, boom, you just keep thinking about them. You see them in a different light. So when you maybe see them at work or at school or just around the neighborhood, you might kind of approach them and talk to them differently because the dream really changed your perspective of them. If you're dreaming about them, chances are they're buried somewhere deep in your subconscious. You didn't actively choose to think about them, but they just sprung up. So what I would recommend doing is reaching out to them in person. If it was a romantic dream, maybe you want to ask them to hang out and get to know them better and see if you can develop something with them now. If it was just a fun dream that they just kind of were a character there, you might want to ask them to hang out as a friend to just spend more time getting to know them. You lose nothing from reaching out to them and building a better connection, especially since they're on your mind. At other times, people from your past may sometimes pop up into your dreams and you don't really want to actively pursue any kind of friendship or relationship or anything there. You just want to kind of think about them and let it run its course. If that's the case, you lose nothing. Just kind of continue thinking about them and understand that eventually you're going to kind of focus on other things. But what about situations where you have an interaction with someone and that interaction has an impression on you? You can't stop thinking about them and thinking about what happened, what they said, and what they did. Well, in those situations, I always think the best thing to do is to actively talk to them, because if you had a profound and meaningful experience that first time around, what's to stop you from doing it again and continuously talking to them? Sometimes they're one-off moments with strangers. Maybe you had a brief conversation with someone on the bus, maybe you saw someone in a store, maybe you just kind of brushed past someone and had a brief exchange of words. Either way, in those situations where you can't continue anything, I know sometimes those thoughts may feel like they're just impeding on your mind, and what do you do about them? You can't talk to them, you're never going to see them again. In those situations, I think the best thing to do is to kind of close your eyes, think about that experience, and try to return back to the present moment. A lot of times when your thoughts run off and start thinking about someone that you can't actively do anything about, it can make you feel depressed or hurt or angry that you didn't do something else in that moment when you had the chance. I've had tons of moments where I have an interaction with someone and then I look back on it and go, wow, why didn't I do things differently then? Well, you can't go back and change the past, but what you can do is tell yourself that if I have any other types of moments or situations like that, I'm going to act differently. I'm going to be more mindful and I'm going to direct it how I want to direct it. But what about situations where you clearly like someone and you're constantly thinking about talking to them, about hanging out with them, about dating them, about kissing them? Sometimes there's a fear that by actually interacting with them more, you might burst that thought bubble. The idea of you two being together might disappear if you actually make it a reality where you interact with them. What if they're not like you think they are? What if they're actually mean or not funny or just don't like you? Well, now the thought of who they were is going to be replaced with who they actually are. And that can be kind of sad to experience. So sometimes it feels easier to just stay in the background to keep thinking about them rather than acting on them and seeing who they really are. I know that might seem like the safe and easy option, but I don't always think it's the best option. You're better off spending your mental energy on someone that can reciprocate it back to you, someone that's going to make good use of it. You want to think about someone that you care about and someone that cares about you too, not someone that you hope will like you down the line. And this one's going to feel a bit weird, but what if you feel like your thoughts are a bit inappropriate? Maybe you're thinking about a family member or a teacher or a friend's brother or sister in a way that you probably shouldn't be thinking about them. What do you do with those thoughts? Are they bad? Does it make you a bad person? I know sometimes you may want to beat yourself up for having these inappropriate thoughts about certain people, but your thoughts are not the same as your actions. You choose what thoughts you want to act on. So when you do have these inappropriate thoughts that you feel guilty or weird or bad about, just remember you can always come back to the present moment. Recognize that thoughts come and they go. So if you're constantly thinking about a certain person in a certain way, whenever you encounter that, recognize it's happening, focus on your breathing, and then move on with it. I know it's not always easy to do, but it is possible. You have what it takes to take back control of your thoughts and feelings. You don't have to be a slave to them. But now I want to know in the comments down below, who's someone that you're constantly thinking about? Who's always running through your head? Leave your comment, share your story, and who knows, other people in the comments might be able to connect with you. Next thing I want you to do is to check out the video over there on the side so you can learn a little bit more about intrusive thoughts and negative thoughts and how to deal with them. That video is going to help you out a lot. On that note, guys, I'll catch you next time. As always, love and peace.